What's up? We got Arrow Season 4, Episode 16, Broken Hearted. So this episode starts off with two lovers being kidnapped by Cupid, of course, because she's now gone insane and now wants, So she's like, do you two love each other? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, love is a bullet to the brain and kills them, or an arrow to the heart, because her whole thing is that she loved Deadshot, but Deadshot's dead, so she's now taking, and she loved another. She loved Deadshot and she loved the Arrow, and now they're both dead. So now she's just taking. Now she doesn't want to believe in love anymore, and is now taking out lovers. I'm just like. And we also, last episode, which I forgot to mention, Quentin arrested Damien Dark, and now Laurel is now prosecuting him, but he is a very lawyer. Why did I say Laurel? He's a very good lawyer that is trying to judge that Damien Dark is just an alias for his real name. But she's like, but Laurel tries to say that he did a bunch of bad stuff, and he's like, who told you? Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, the media. How do you know that he actually did all these things? We know. Dude, if you're gonna prosecute a guy like Damien Dark, shouldn't you know what he's done? You just think that he's some innocent guy that if you're his lawyer, I'm guessing you're supplied by Hive and is meant to lie. I have no idea. Or you just didn't read the facts on what Damien Dark has actually done. I'm so confused on this. Love my Itachi poster. I know I've had it in every video, but I'm loving Itachi right now. I love Itachi. I love my Itachi poster. Itachi-kun. Also, check out my Naruto videos, because I'm in, actually, the first episode. The second episode will be coming out this Saturday for episode 2. Naruto episode 2. Naruto episode 2 will be coming out this Saturday or Sunday, so please check out episode 1. So Felicity and Oliver decide to break up, remember last episode, and Felicity is just moving everything, kicking Oliver out of the apartment, and kicking out of everything Oliver's ever owned. So Felicity's basically kicking out Oliver on the streets. Just saying, hey Oliver, we're not trying to get any more, so this farm belongs to only me, not you. Bye. Get out. I still don't like Felicity. I think she was written very poorly. As I said before, my own duty. Love Felicity, and she's her favorite character. But I'm just saying, for me, I really enjoy Felicity. Felicity was vibing with me, but now all she gets is my annoyance. Because everything that comes out of her mouth makes me want to destroy Felicity. Because she's an annoying character. And how they wrote her in this season is pretty badly. Out of every character that could have taken out done poorly, they chose Felicity out of all the characters. They took a character everyone loved and made her a worse character than her previous 3 self. I could think Felicity cheating on Roy was kind of bad. Ray, I almost said Roy. Ray was kind of bad, but her just not. Like, I guess she's like thrown like Oliver's lied to her before. But now she's just like, oh, Oliver, this is the last straw. I'm divorcing you. Get out of my apartment. I'm just like, this thing makes Felicity even likable. And her having to tell the team that she and Oliver are not together anymore. She just throws shade on Oliver in the entire episode. Even when Oliver, like, so I'm gonna say this. So Carrie kills another couple off. Oliver attacks Carrie Cutter, and she's like, "The Arrow is. I love the Arrow, but you're not him. He's dead. So I believe that Olaf is dead." And he's like, "That's not true." I'm just like, okay, I got Arrow, but Deadshot, you're taking up his moniker. You know, like what? One day, this is not how love works for her. As I said in my Arrow Season 3, Episode 18, Episode 17 video, that where I broke down how Arrow doesn't understand how love works at all. You can't just meet someone one day. You can't just see how someone just saves their life and then you're immediately in love with them, and then they die, and then you decide to go up again. You decide to turn against love. That's not how that works. You can't just okay. So, but anyway, Oliver's like, hey, Felicity, let's get married. But Felicity's like, hold up, this is one of your worst decisions you've ever done. But I gotta say, this is just terrible, right? Because I think that Felicity in the previous season would be up for this because she wants to be a hero, and she wants if I think Felicity will be the Felicity that we all love and care about, not this garbage excuse of a person. We're told that not the garbage excuse of a person that this season has made her out to be, the one that we cherish and love. Season 1 to 3 Felicity, we're told to be okay with this. This garbage excuse of a Felicity is just like, this is one of your worst decisions you've ever done. When there's people dying. People are dying. And Felicity's just like, oh, this is one of your decisions. Worst decision you've ever done. I don't want to be married to you. Like, okay. I get Oliver lied to her, but when she want to marry him again fakely to save the world, like to save people's lives. But no, they just make her into a terrible garbage excuse of a human being by making her not care, she just says how this is Oliver's worst decision he's ever made. One of the worst Oliver did. And he's like, hey, we just gotta get married to draw Carrie out. And I'm just like, yes, Oliver, throw some sense in this woman. So they say their vows, which I like Oliver's vow, where he said that he had a plan, but when he met Felicity, when he met Felicity in that cubicle, that was the Felicity we all enjoyed. I cannot say how much I dislike season 4 Felicity. If you don't agree with me, tell me comment below if you think this Felicity could have been written with better writing. But if you do agree with me, just say she's a garbage excuse of a person and call her a whiny child. Or just say Felicity more like yeah, just come up with a good name for her. She's the worst. So yeah, so they gave their vows. I like Oliver's vow where he said that when he met Felicity in that cubicle, he had a plan. But when he met Felicity in that cubicle, he's in love with her. And Felicity says I don't care about her vow because I don't like Felicity. So then Carrie Cutter drops in and is like, yo, I don't care about love. And doesn't kill Oliver, but then she's like, but Felicity gives some very strong speech about how love is strong and love makes us who we are, and then they go and Thea comment, you know, I just don't like this. Yeah, so they fight. I usually have, but this episode, it's just so. This episode is Felicity episode, and this episode is Felicity Oliver episode, and it's just so bad. Actually, it's a Kyra episode, but they always try to make. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that for the end. But anyway, yeah, so they're able to kidnap Cutter again. Well, since we'll probably see her again. I'm not gonna say anything, but this probably isn't the last time we'll see Cupid again. So then, yeah, so Damien Dark. So yeah, so Quentin. Back to the trial stuff. Damien Dark tries to say that Damien Dark's lawyer tries to say about how Quentin how Diggle gave the drugs or something, but Quentin says about how Damien Dark said he threatened Laurel if he didn't help him with months later, the leadership was dead, and he threatened Laurel. So that Quentin's speech gets Damien Dark arrested without parole. That means we won. We didn't win, but they won, but we still won because we don't like Damien Dark. And then Laurel Felicity just leaves. She makes up the mind that Oliver doesn't need her. He was able to live alone on an island without her. That means he doesn't need the team without her. I'm just like, come on. They're really I'm just like, bye. If you don't want to be on this team anymore, you garbage person, bye. We don't need you. We can do this without you. We don't. I know. Okay, I'm gonna give my thoughts now. And Damien Dark has a ring in his mouth. Has his wedding ring in his mouth. Okay, I gotta say, I didn't like this episode one bit. And the reason why that was because of Felicity. Felicity is one of the worst characters in this season. Some people might defend her, but I'm just gonna hold her again. Like she leaves the team because she's like, oh, Oliver, I don't love you, but you were able to survive Leanne, you on your own. That means you can survive the team without me. Like, I'm just like, why did they turn you into this terrible person, Felicity? I really enjoyed you for the first 2 seasons, and season 3 was okay, but season 4, you've been a complete utter waste of space, and I am annoyed by it. I just don't like this Felicity. Carrie Cutter was an interesting villain, but her whole motivation was that, Deadshot, a guy she met for one day, is dead, and the Arrow is dead too, so she just stopped believing in love anymore. That just doesn't make any sense. Her motivation doesn't make any sense. What holds this episode down is, of course, Felicity's whininess. Because Felicity just shaded off for something the entire episode, and then she, as I said before, if this was season 3 Felicity, she would have obviously won Mary Oliver if it meant saving the world. Saving the world. And yeah, and then she's just like, Oliver, you're gonna survive Leanne you without me. That means I don't need to be on this team anymore. Bye. I'm just like, bye, guys. I'm done with this episode. I hope next episode is any better. But anyway, that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time for some more Arrow. Felicity is the worst. I gotta say, this episode made me dislike Felicity. And I can usually say in between one episode, I'm on her side. For the next episode, I'm totally understandably not on her side. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you next time for more Arrow.